Good day. My name is Zoha. I am a student of PGCE at Togi Two Oceans Graduate Institute in Cape Town. I'm going to do a live orientation teaching goals and goal settings to grade 9 learners. So, the topic is goal setting and how to empower learners with the skill to set their goals. So, this is slide number one with the introduction. Well, it is said that a lot of South Africans, or some South Africans, they live to teach overseas. We've heard stories of South Africans on social media in China. There was a South African that was featured on the Sunday Times being a Zulu man, 28-year-old, who became a vice principal at a school in China. A lot of people have been inspired by these stories of South Africans that live to work abroad. So, when you're going to talk about the goals to my grade 9 learners, in line with goals are lifestyle changes that one would like to implement or to apply in order to achieve their goals. Now, talking about the goal of South Africans to study and to live and work and be teachers in other professions overseas. How do we empower our learners, give them the skill to become what they wish to achieve and make their goals a reality? So the next slide is basically was a video of a South African in China teaching, which was featured on the Briefly South African news article. And this South African girl is teaching a child to say thank you, basically. And the struggle was the TH pronunciation, which made it hilarious. But she was very patient and got the child to say thank you. Would you, as a person, consider and set it as your goal to teach overseas and join other South Africans to overseas countries and be a teacher? That is a question for my learners at grade 9, setting their goals and empowering them, giving them the skills to set their goals in this lesson. First activity, what is a goal? A goal is basically something like something you aim for, a purpose, an intention, a plan. So the activity my learners are to choose one of the words from the above which apply to goal. What is a goal? The next activity is you match the sentences with the words, the how, what, when, and where. When we set goals, we first need to answer the question, what is it that I would like to achieve? What am I aiming for? The what question, what things do I need to do to achieve the goal? The when is the time The goal must have a time frame. I am in grade 9. I would like to be a teacher in China. Grade 9, I must pass my subjects, get to grade 10, 11, 12, and to university, 3 year study. So our goals are immediate and long term. Time, when? And the next question would be how? The how part is the way of going about. How do you achieve? How do you accomplish the goal? Why do you have this goal? Is the question. I would like to be a teacher in China. Is the reason I would like to pass my subjects at the school and get to university for now. So the how, the why, the what, the when, where, which places should I go to? Should I study online? Should I be in the groups? Should I be at the library? Should I be attending extra lessons at school? Should I get a personal tutor? Those are the word questions. Next, our learners at grade 9, their subjects are English, Afrikaans, math, life orientation. These are four mandatory. Social sciences at the grade 9 level is still there. They have to do history and geography and perhaps life sciences. So these are 7 subjects which I focus on, which will carry on until grade 12. Now, the activity is that the learners need to sit together, work in their groups, think about the things they need to do to achieve their goals in terms of the immediate goal of passing. We have 4 terms at our schools: term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, and these results are combined to progress or not progress the learner at the school. Now, the learner's immediate goal is to pass grade 9. So they have to look at the subjects, that is English, math, biology, geography, history, as well as life orientation, because it is one of the mandatory subjects in South Africa until grade 12. My learners, having gone through the activity, discussed, talk about actions, things to do on each subject, because they know the weight, the importance of each subject, or their strengths and the weaknesses on each subject, and the time they need to allocate each week, each day of the week, in order to achieve and to edit, in order to get to their goals of passing grade 9 up to grade 12. Now, the next activity after the group work, they have to discuss in the group, obviously, have to give feedback to the class and say, this is what group work, I like it because it helps an individual, it's collaboration, it's skills, it's teamwork, it's ideas sharing, it's also making it easier even for learners who struggle to understand, or in the peers, they make it easier for them to understand and learn faster and understand. So group work, it helps to get the job done faster and more effectively, because now it's in collaboration, it's not an individual work, it's everybody discussing the same subjects, thinking of ideas, how to be better, how to improve, and how to get to achieve the goals which they have academically. So the next activity then would be that for each, next to each subject, they need to allocate the time in the week also they need to allocate the activities that they will do, and also list whether achieved or not on a weekly basis, because we don't want to wait until the month end. We don't want to wait until it must be on a weekly basis. So one of the things that one could do, look at the things that one could do, activities such as getting a private tutor, getting online lessons, taking notes, doing homework, attending extra lessons, group work, making sure you summarize your textbook, you make sure you take recordings, notes in the classroom, and go through previous papers, test papers if they're available, exam papers, just to better and improve uh, on your studies. So the learners need to look at, of course, at grade 9, you will look at, I need to be doing this much. At grade 10, of course, it goes higher. And grade 11, that's where you talk about camp schools, because in my country they're big on camp schools. Now it becomes very serious that a child gets a private tutor. Camp schools, they need to attend extra hours, weekends, there's no time. There's so much pressure around grade 12, because our learners, they need to progress. And because the government has got this free funding at university level, if you obtain a bachelor pass, then it makes it easier for our learners to study at university with free funding from the university. So it's highly competitive, and it's so much pressure up to grade 12 at a high school level, because of the reward of getting the free funding from the government should one achieve and attain the highest scores and get to the varsity. So the bachelor pass basically is, you need to attain at least 450 plus in the subjects. You need, your home language must be 40 plus, an additional language 30 plus, and then you need to get about 50 pluses on the other subjects. You need about 6 7 subjects that are done at grade 12. However, you'll need about 6 to be accepted. And that is where the focus on the, what you need to achieve, the percentages, grades, each level, you need to get used to it as early as grade 9, that you know you're aiming for these percentages from grade 9, grade 10, grade 11, grade 12. So you remain consistent with achieving, and have in mind that grade 12 bachelor pass is about achieving these percentages in order for you to get that free funding from the government. And also it's highly competitive at universities to be placed, because remember, to have a job opportunity overseas, you need to have a bachelor's degree. That's a minimum for most of the opportunities that are there for teaching, especially we're talking about setting a goal towards being a teacher overseas. Okay, once the activity is done, learners have gone through uh, doing the, put those activities and the times, percentages, things to do, and every week they have to monitor themselves to see whether it's done or not. We can move on to the next activity. So basically, the next activity is a listening activity. So the learners, each stage they're done, they need to do pair checking, and then they need to feedback. The next activity they must do is a listening, which I have found on the one of the YouTube videos. Basically, it's about how to get the person to apply smarter, which is to achieve your goals. So you need to be smarter is what you apply to achieve your goals. So the YouTube video which I had I have actually referenced it here. and how to use smarter. So smarter, basically, be specific. Your goals must be specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, time bound, be able to evaluate and reward yourself. The learners need to listen to they need to listen to the video, and after listening to this video, there's a gap fill exercise. The gap fill exercise, basically, the learners are going to read the text, and after reading the text, they need to listen for the first time to the video and then listen again to the video and complete the missing words in the activity sheet. So the missing words, goals, action, progress, and just 7 words which I have taken out of what this person says on the video in terms of what you need to do. After this, the learners must then say what does SMARTER stand for. You need to write down what SMARTER stands for. Of course, specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, time, evaluate, and also reward yourself. At the end of each time you achieve your goal, for grade 9s, for an example, each term, each week, your test, your quizzes, your presentation, your projects, each time you achieve all these things, you need to reward yourself. Get a candy, get a chocolate, get a cookie or something. You need to reward yourself for achieving the goals. And the next activity would be that you now need to apply in your own goal. You need to write a summary about your own goal and apply smarter. Use smarter in your goal to achieve your goal. That would be the last part of the activity. And that's basically it for my slide presentation, which then I have to attach this video to. And also, because I have to video shoot myself and show the slide as evidence. This is my slide, and basically that's it. And what's smarter, and these are the activities, your summary, and I've put the references at the bottom. I got the definition of goal from the Cambridge Dictionary, and I got the YouTube video from where I got smarter, as whatever else, the pictures online that are used from Bing. That's basically it. And I'm not sure how this was supposed to work out, but I hope this is what the lecturers wanted us to do. And because 20 minutes not in front of the classroom and just moving on is different. And thank you for listening, and I wish you a lovely day. Goodbye for now.